Hey everyone, welcome back to Zero to Cloud. My name is Rakesh, and today is our day 8 of Google Cloud Foundational Learning Series. So, in today's session, we are going to understand about cloud storage. And once the session is finished, you will actually understand what is Google Cloud Storage is, what are the different storage available in Google Cloud, and then access controls, lifecycle management. So at the end, I'll show you a demo where I'll create Google Cloud bucket on console, and then a different operation how we can do that. So I'll be showing you that as well. So before we start, as you can see on the screen, I have opened one of the repos in GitHub, that is Google Cloud Foundational Learning Series. So in this GitHub repo, I am maintaining the README documents and the PPT document that I show while creating the other videos. So for every day there will be a README document. As you can see, there will be one README document, and if it has any PPT, so it will have that as well, and then summary document. So if you want to go through the other videos, or if you want to understand through README, you can also do that, because I'll share this uh, link in the video description so that you can go ahead and check that as well. So now let's start with our day 8 Google's cloud storage. So we'll start with that. Okay, now let's understand about what is Google Cloud Storage is. So Google Cloud Storage is a object storage used to store all your files, logs, images, backup. So everything you can store in Google Cloud Storage. So whatever the object store in the Google Cloud Storage, it will be stored in a bucket. So which is the main container in Google Cloud Storage. So you can store the files of size like 1 TB or even 10 TB. You can store everything in Google Cloud Storage. So here you only need to worry about storing your files or the object in the service. Rest will manage by Google Cloud, such as replication. If you want to do the replication, durability, scalability, so everything will be managed by Google Cloud. So in Google Cloud, there are mainly three type of storage available. First one is object, which is best for storing all your images, logs, backup files, media files. So everything can be stored in object storage type. Block type is similar to what you stored or what you use for your VM, such as persistent disk or SSD. So that is called a block storage. And the file storage is nothing but it's a shared file system, or NFS, as you know about NFS. So it's a file system which you can share among your network. So that is called file storage. Now let's understand some basic details about cloud storage. So first of all, any object that you store in cloud storage, it should be stored in buckets. So first you have to create one bucket, and then only you can store all your files, media or images into that bucket. So whenever you are creating a bucket, the name should be globally unique. It should not be same. So you have to use some unique name, and you have to use lowercase. Uppercase is not supported. And once the bucket is created, you can't rename the bucket. If you want to rename, you have to delete that bucket, and you have to manually recreate the new bucket and then use that name. So whenever you are creating the bucket, you have to specify which location you want that bucket to be present. Let's say if you have some local app, and your app is running in only one region, so in that case you can use bucket location as a reason. Let's say you have a application which is present in multiple location, so in that use case you can use dual region, so that your bucket will be present in multiple location, and it is also helpful for high availability as well. And if you want to or if you have some application that is like publicly available, so in that case you can use multi-region, so that the latency will be very less and for your application. Now let's see some important settings of bucket. So first one is versioning. So versioning means if you enable this setting to your bucket, That means if your bucket is deleted due to some issues, or any files inside your bucket is got deleted, or if you want to restore the previous version of those files, so you can do so with the help of versioning. So versioning will help you to restore the previous versions of your files. Public access prevention. So it means if you store any files inside your bucket and you don't want, if you don't want to publicly available, that means anyone from internet can access the files, and if you want to block that, you have to enable this. Otherwise, anyone on the internet, if they have the URL of your files, he can access those files. And the last part is encryption. So Google provide the encryption to your bucket files inside it. However, if you want to use your own encryption key, it is also supported. Okay, now let's understand about storage classes. So there are mainly four classes available. First one is standard, second one is nearline, third is code line, and the last one is archive. So I'll show you one difference between each classes so that it will be easy for you to understand. So as you can see, standard is best for like frequent access. So if you want to frequently access objects that are stored inside your bucket, in that case use standard, because the cost is high. Like storing cost is very high in standard, but retrieval cost is free. So store all the data or the object here which is gonna frequently used. For nearline, it is best for like monthly access. Like if you store some object that are used every month, like once a month you want to use, so use nearline storage for that, because cost of storing is low but retrieving is high. And for code line, if you want to access some data or some object which is quarterly, like every 3 months you want to access that data, so use code line class, because the cost of storing data is lower. However, the retrieval cost will become higher. It will be higher from nearline but less from archive. And the last one, archive, it's for long term storage. Like if you want to retrieve any data that is every year, like once a year you want to retrieve, or like like every 2 year you want to retrieve that data, so in that case you can use archive. And here like storing cost is very low compared to every other class. However, retrieving cost will become high as compared to all the other three classes. Now let's see access control models. So there are mainly two models. One is uniform bucket level access and another one is fine grained. So uniform bucket level access is here you provide access directly to bucket, not to the object. Like entire bucket will have specific permissions provided. So it makes very easy to manage as well as very secure as well. Even Google recommends to use uniform bucket level access over fine grained. So fine grained is like still used, but it mostly used for like legacy application. So what it does, it will provide the permission based on the objects, not on the bucket. So inside the bucket there are like so many files or the objects available. So for each file it will provide different access. So it makes very difficult to manage the permissions, and even the security is like, it makes like, it also make it like very unsecure, because you are provided permissions to one object. So very difficult to manage as well. So even Google will say use uniform bucket level access. Lifecycle management is like move all object to cheaper class. So what that means, if you have some object that are stored inside your bucket and you rarely use them, like you are not using them daily, or like some objects are used monthly, or some use are quarterly, or maybe some objects are rarely used in a year. So in that case what you can do, as I've told you about like classes. So if you have some object that are like used yearly, you can move them to archive, or some object that are used quarterly, so you can move them to code line. So similar way, you can use lifecycle management to move object from one class to another class. And if you know some object that are not gonna used anymore, so you can also delete the old objects. And last is clear the versions. So in versioning, as if you enable the versioning, it will store entire version of that file. So if you know like last year's version you don't want, so you can also delete that. So that is called lifecycle management. And the last one is IAM roles. So we here you have different permissions for storage. Like you have a viewer which can be used for viewing all the files or objects inside the bucket, and then you can use a storage admin role, storage creator role, and for which can be used for your objects or the buckets that are present. And as we have, so this completes our theory part. Now we can also move to our demo. So in the demo I'll show you like how we can create buckets, how and then create a service account, and then I'll create one VM with that service account, and using that I will try to write something into that bucket. Like we'll create new objects inside that bucket if you want to delete, so we can do that. So I will gonna show you in the demo part. Okay, now as you can see, I've already logged into Google Cloud. Let's try Google Cloud storage service. So click on cloud storage here and then click on bucket. Create bucket. So as I've told you in the theory, then the name should be globally unique. Let's try some common name to test that. So as you can see that if I use test as a bucket name, it says bucket name is taken, try another, because it's not globally unique. It's not like your project should have similar bucket. It should be like globally should be unique. And one more thing I told you, like if you try to use uppercase, it will also give you an error. So uppercase, and then as you can see, the hyphens, underscore, dots may be used for a valid domain name. So use only lowercase letter. So we'll use demo. Let's say demo 8. This is not a common. This is globally unique. Click on continue. Multi-region location type. There are three multiple multi-region, dual region, and the region. So we'll just use region here. US East one as our region. Click on continue. So yeah, there are classes that we need to select. One is auto class. Based on the activity, it will decide which class it should be in. And the next one is use the default classes: standard, nearline, cold line, archive. So as I'll be showing you the demo where I'll be using the object frequently. So we'll keep this in standard for now. Click continue. And for access control, we'll use uniform. So uniform means you will manage the permission based on the bucket, not on the object. So we'll use the uniform. Continue. Soft policy will use default retention duration 7 days. Will enable the versioning and maximum number of version. Let's say we'll keep it as 10. Version after expire, it should be 7. And we'll use Google Manage Encryption key and click on create. Yeah, one more thing, it's saying enforce public access prevention on this bucket. So if you deselect this, public access prevention will not be there, and publicly that object will be available for now. So we'll use that for now, because I'll show you how we can access that if we use that option. So click on confirm. Okay, now as you can see that our bucket is created. The name of the bucket is demo 8, and these are some configuration, like when it was created, and the URL, and if the public prevention is enabled or not, which is the access control uniform, and then all the few other details that we have filled in. Then permission wise, so these are all inherited through project level. And then protection, as we have enabled the versioning, enabled soft policies, soft delete policies are enabled till 7 days. If the object is deleted, you can restore it. So these are the life cycles. So now let's test something here. I'll upload something first. So if you want to upload anything, just click on upload files or folder, or if you want to create some folder first inside it and then you want to upload object, that you can also do that. So click on create object. Let's say we'll name it as demo. Click create. And now let's say in the demo you want to upload some file. So here in this case you have to click on upload files. Let's say I'll upload this hello text file here. Okay, so this is successfully uploaded. As you can see, the file is uploaded. Size, you can see that. Storage class modified, public access, and all the other details you can see here. So click on that file. So you can see the URL here. Public access, it's not public. And then if you click on download, it will download that file. Edit metadata, edit the access, delete. If you click on edit access, you will not able to edit the access. Why? Because we have used uniform bucket level access, not the legacy ACL level. Because in legacy ACL, you were able to manage the permission based on the objects, but in uniform bucket level access, you manage the permission based on the bucket, not on the object. So that's the reason we are not able to edit this. And let's say versions. So currently it has only one version. So we'll try to create few more versions here, and then we'll delete bucket and try to restore it, or we'll try to restore the previous versions. So let's see. Click on it. So we'll just try to delete this. Because object versioning is enabled, this action will create a non-current version of the selected object. Deletion is performed in the background and may take some time depending on the size of the object. So we'll click on delete. So now, as you can see, the file is deleted. Now let's say if we want to restore it, because we have while creating the bucket, we have in the setting section we have selected 7 days and the versioning also enabled. So let's try to restore that deleted files. So click on here, soft deleted object. So there is nothing. Live and non-current. So as you can see here, live and non-current object, you can see that file which you have deleted. Just click here and we'll try to restore it. So here you can see the option to restore. Click on restore. So there are some other settings and other information you can see here. Click confirm. So as you can see that the deleted object is again arrived. So that means as we have used those settings like soft deletion setting and the versioning settings was enabled, due to that we were able to restore this file. So if we haven't enabled those options while creating the bucket, we will not able to restore it. So this is how like versioning and restorings worked. Now let's create one VM, and in that VM I'll try to access these buckets. So first create that VM, we'll create one service account first. So for service account, go to IAM, click service account here. Click on create service account. Okay, we'll give it as name demo 8. Create and continue. We'll keep permission as it is for now. Click done. So this way I have created this service account. Now let's create one VM. Create instance. We'll keep like all the other settings as default. Just we have to update the service account, because otherwise it will use the default service account. So that will gonna change. Okay, we'll use the Debian image as it is, data protection, everything as it is, networking allows. We'll keep the default network. So here in security, it is currently using default service account. We'll use the existing one that we have created. Allow full access. Click on create. So I think it will take a minute to complete the VM. So maybe I'll fast forward this section, and once the VM is created, we'll move to that part. Okay, the VM is created now. Let's try to log in into that VM. So just click on SSH. Okay, so we are logged into the VM. Let's try to see if we can see the bucket that we have created inside the project. So just try to use command gsutil ls. Okay, so access is denied. This service account does not have the permissions to list the bucket. So as you can see in the error itself, it says the permission storage bucket list permission is not available. So that it was not able to access the bucket. So we'll fix that permission part. So first we'll fix that permission, and then we'll run the command again to see if that fixes the issue. So we'll go into IAM part. We'll copy the service account name and I'll click on grant access. In principle, I'll select the service account. And then in role, I'll select storage admin. Click save. I have updated the permission, but as it says, it may take few minutes to these changes to become active. So at least it takes 1 minute to the permissions to be applied to the service account. Meanwhile, we'll try again to see if that fixes the issue or not. gsutil ls. As you can see now, I can see the bucket inside the project. So demo 18 is our bucket name that is inside the project. So now we can see that. So we'll see the bucket. As you can see, we have demo 18 is the bucket, and inside that we have files. So using this, we were able to access our bucket in the VM. Okay, now let's try some other operations, such as deleting bucket, or maybe copying the bucket from a bucket from here to your local directory. So we'll try to copy here something, GS, or maybe we'll try to download this file, gsutil copy, and then maybe we need to provide the path that we need to download. So let's try to download this file to my local directory. Just copy this. Let's say I'll try to copy to local. Okay, as you can see, I was able to download this, and if I click ls, I can see this file present. So this is the way we can copy the file. So whenever you want to copy or download any files, so you have to use this path gsutil URI, because this contains the bucket name, folder name, and then the file name. So this is the uh, format we need while downloading, or even if you want to delete or if you want to do some other operation. So we need to have this format. Let's say we'll try to delete the same gsutil til, let's say rm values for deleting, and we'll copy this. We'll try and we'll keep enter. As you can see, the file is deleted. Now we'll see if it is actually deleted from here or not. As of now, not, but yeah, we'll click on refresh. As you can see, as soon as I've clicked on refresh, that file is deleted. So using this, I was able to perform other operations here. Okay, so this completes our demo. So in the demo, I've shown you like how we can create the bucket, and how if you want to upload files, how you can upload it, and even if you have deleted some file and if you want to restore it, using versioning, how you can enable using versioning, how you can recover that deleted files. Then I've shown you how I've created a service account, and then created a VM and use that service account inside it. And after that, I've logged into that VM and tried to access that. Uh, and after that, I've logged into VM and tried to access the files that we have created inside the bucket in the VM. So we were able to view the files, as well as we were able to download the files into our local directory, and we were also able to delete the file through a VM. So this completes our demo.